is FCC Chairman Brendan Carr. Chair Carr, welcome back. Good to see you.
Thanks. Good to be here.
So what is your reaction to Disney filing these renewals, but saying they did it under protest and it's unconstitutional?
Well, Disney has been embroiled in controversies for years now related to their DEI policies. There's reporting that suggests that Disney's leadership went all in on what could end up being invidious forms of DEI discrimination. We launched this investigation into Disney's DEI practices all the way back in March of 2025. We've gone through rounds of our versions of subpoenas with them, getting documents from them, and the evidence is starting to fall into a couple buckets. One, have they been discriminating in the hiring of people based on race, gender, protected characteristics, compensation, promotion, workplace activities? Disney has its view, Disney has its evidence, and we haven't made a final decision, but there is evidence coming in that points to some of those buckets.
But they say that it's not about that. They say this is about the First Amendment. They say it's about you trying to chill their free speech and exert editorial control on the networks.
We've been very clear what this investigation is about. In fact, FCC staff, before they filed this renewal, sent them what we call a deficiency notice based on their responses and evidence produced. And that notice indicated that, in the staff's view, Disney has been filing incomplete responses. They've been deficient in their responses and been disingenuous in the submissions they've been making with the FCC. And at the end of the day, a lot of what Disney's arguments appear to go to is a fundamental disagreement that they should be held accountable to the unique regulatory framework that just applies to broadcasters. And the Supreme Court has already taken this up, and they've said there's no First Amendment right to hold a broadcast license.
But you can see why they think this is about something else, right? I mean, you called for the early review of the broadcast licenses right after President Trump called for Jimmy Kimmel to be fired. And there have been a number of instances where you and the president have been critical of what you've seen on ABC.
Well, look, obviously the president has every right to express his view. And again, broadcasters have to be accountable to the public interest, which makes them different from a cable channel or a newspaper. And I understand Disney wants to make this about a lot of other things, and their PR machine has been in high gear. But we've been very clear about what this is, concerns about invidious forms of DEI discrimination. The next step here is probably as soon as today, we'll issue a public notice at the FCC that creates a pleading cycle so that people that want to petition to deny the renewal of Disney's licenses can file. And then Disney, again, will have an opportunity then to file an opposition. There'll be replies. So we are moving down the path at this point of that additional process, and all these issues can be aired out. But once that process runs its course, then there'll be another decision point for the FCC. You can either renew the license at that point, or you can designate the license for hearing. And we're going to follow the facts and the law wherever it goes. I mean, at the end of the day, there's no company that's above the law, and that includes Disney.
This line from them is interesting, where they say that the review's true purpose, Chair Carr, is to cause the station and others to think twice before they say something the government might dislike. Is there anything you can say to those stations that would reassure them that you're not there to monitor every living, waking moment of their airtime?
Yeah, every broadcast station should be free to operate in the public interest, and that's the only guardrail that exists. In fact, we put out a public notice earlier this week that goes back to all the FCC case law and what the public interest standard means with respect to their operations, and they obviously should be familiar with that law anyways, but we provided that additional clarity, and there's a tremendous amount of room, obviously, for people to make their own decisions about how they want to run their broadcast operations, but there's a couple of things you have to do, and operating the public interest is one of them.
So you're not trying to get them to fire Kimmel?
No, we are pursuing this enforcement matter that has to do with DEI. And again, I know, Disney wants to make this about a lot of other things that they think either from a PR or a political position may, in their view, put them in a stronger position. But we've been very focused on this investigation.